Yeah, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. Yeah, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. Trash talking, who the best? Who make good or bad trades? Who pick the best players? Who got certified game? We just football lovers. Come and join the funny games with the Banter Brothers. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. You're now tuned in to the Banter Brothers with your host, Brian Paulo, and his co-host, Nick Johnson. Coming at you live with this week's fantasy football highlights and trash talk. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers.
Nicholas,
Yes, sir.
you did it again. What the hell?
Back-to-back second place people. Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to the show, everyone.
Welcome. It's the finals, buddy. You know what? I got to tell you that this is a very interesting study on human behavior. This entire fucking thing. So normally, if you were to go and study literature, art, everything else, it's generally most of it, 80% of it is about the underdog trying to overcome and get to beyond that zenith, that line that they become a winner to, or whatever the case is, right? Okay. So in this matchup, along this route, safe to say that I've been the underdog. And here I am. I'm scaling Mount Olympus. I've got nothing but, a banana in my backpack. I'm starving. I haven't had any water for 3 weeks.
You're David. Are you going to say that you're David and he's Goliath? Are you going by this version here?
It's David and Goliath. Okay, we'll go with David and Goliath. I got a couple others, but we'll go with David and Goliath.
We have lots of versions we can go for, yes.
The crowd has surrounded David and Goliath for this epic final battle, and David is fighting to free the poor villagers from Goliath's rule, and they're cheering for Goliath.
Yeah.
They're saying, Taylor, kick his ass. Fuck that guy. It's crazy. It's like listen, it's the finals. Okay. And I claimed 4 guys off of waivers to try and fill my lineup to be competitive against the monstrosity, the gargantuan lineup that is Taylor's. He's like, I don't know. Who do I put in? Jamar Chase or Antonio Brown? This thing is like, I'm running with Zeke Elliott and
Kamara,
and
Mixon.
you know what? I'll just throw in Kamara that I got for like
maybe
nothing.
I'll put in Chubb.
And I'll throw in Chubb too. All of these things, and people are like, fucking kick his ass. It's like,
kick his ass, he bets 100%. Yes.
Plus, let's not forget, Taylor won in year 1 of this. So he's already won. So it's not like it's the guy that came in last place last year and it's like, oh no, good for him. It's like, listen, can we say it? This is the battle of Nick's teams. I drafted both of these teams.
Oh, come on, really?
I drafted both of these teams.
But it was he put the thing. You didn't pick players. You picked his roster that he asked you to pick. Please pick my players, Nick. I saw the list, so you didn't really pick it. You just announced it. You're a great announcer.
I pushed the button.
You pushed the button. You're a good button pusher.
Drafted both teams.
You know what? Great button pusher.
You know what? Here's what I'll say. This is absolutely true, and Taylor knows this as well, right? So he made a list. I checked it twice, and I decided who was going to be naughty and nice because I'm St. Nicholas. And so I did follow his rules or his players with a couple of exceptions. So the couple that stick out to me was, so he got Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And then whenever it came down to the next round or whatever the case is, his next guy was actually Adam Thielen. And I said, I'm not going to give him his 2 starting wide receivers, both having the same bye.
Wow.
So I gave him God, Cooper from Dallas. I can't even think. I want to say Antonio and Amari.
Right.
Amari Cooper. So I drafted Amari Cooper instead of that. Bothers me. I still remember this. And then I remember we got to like the whatever round it was, and he said, I'd like to draft David Johnson from the Texans. And I said, no. I'm not giving you David Johnson.
Wow, look,
You can have Michael Carter.
Already.
So I went off the board for a couple. Those two, and there might have been one more, but I can't remember.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Pat
Pat yourself on the back too. Why not?
Yeah. Well, listen, he's here in the finals. I had a little small part to play in that. The commish does it again.
Commish does it again. So theoretically, so you came last year runner-up, right?
Yeah.
So you're in danger of becoming the Buffalo Bills of our playoff.
That doesn't bother me at all.
It's
funny. It's funny when we were talking about it last week. I think it was last week or the week before that. I was talking about the Buffalo Bills. For the Bills to make it to 4 straight Super Bowls.
Are they a great team or they're the greatest losers?
Yeah, well, regardless. I mean, again, I think that the only people that say that they're the greatest losers are people that have teams that have never made it.
Or have teams actually won the championship, or that's why they say it, right?
Sure, you can say it, that's fine. But if you make it to 4 straight Super Bowls, you're a great team.
Good team. Great team. But not
whatever you want to say. Listen, my team is not great. Okay. And since we don't go the same team year over year, it's not really a great comparable. This year, and we were talking about this a little bit off. I've just grinded really hard this year.
100%.
So I've
grinded, yeah.
I've looked. I back up. I passed Mike Rizzi on the waiver wire moves.
Did you?
Oh yeah. It's actually now some of this is just because I'm psychotic. So that's important to acknowledge.
100% agree.
Yeah. But like if you look, so Taylor's team, which has been in a great position all year, right? Done really great.
100% and agree with you.
He's done 60 moves, 60 total moves.
Okay.
Right? Waiver wire pickups.
Yeah.
I don't know if it includes trades, but anyway, Jared, who again, great position, great team all year long, 25 moves, right? Doug didn't really do a lot of pickups and drop-offs. Certainly the first half of the year, he didn't make a move at all. 31. I'm sitting there at 126.
That's insane, Nick.
It's insane. But again, it's one of those things where I've lost a lot of really good guys, and so it's not complaining at all. But that's just the reality.
Sounds like it already.
No, but then I'm insane on top of it. So I do a lot of pickups and drops and everything else, right? So I've grinded. The playoffs have been luck. Jared should have beat me last week.
I'm sorry, Jared.
Yeah. I mean, he should have for sure.
100%, you should have won. Yes.
But my team has been very consistent. My team puts up generally somewhere in the neighborhood of 160 to 180 points week over week. I have a pretty solid, good, consistent team, but it's not going to score 200 points or 210 or whatever, right? It's not going to do it. So, the last couple of weeks I've been rolling with a streaming quarterback. My second best running back hasn't been in there. The general COVID stuff. And so last week, even though again, Jared should have won because he lost Robinson in the first quarter.
And a defensive player, I think it was.
I put up 172. Like I didn't put up a bad number. It's not like I beat a team that got 890 points and I had 111. It did good. It's just Curtis scored 180 something, you know. But hey, you gotta get there to get there.
I don't know what to say. Like I'm disappointed. I'm pretty sure everyone's disappointed on how the hell you even got to this even position. I don't even know how you got to this position.
I have been nothing. I have attempted to be nothing but helpful. Nothing. I was trying to cheer on Curtis's team last Sunday night, and he's telling me to shut the fuck up. He's like, I've given up already. Stop trying to root me on. I recommended, although Curtis again doesn't like to listen to me, but I recommended he pick up Justin Jackson.
No one likes to listen to you, Nick. I'm just saying, no one likes to listen to you, Nick.
Listen, I understand completely. I've said this all year. I have no idea why anybody wants to listen to this garbage. I understand how obnoxious it probably sounds to listen to me every week, and then I make it to the finals as well. It's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. I get it.
But
I'm here. And you know what? At least, worst comes to worst, I'm second place.
Which is what? What's the money for second place?
I think, although I can check it, but I think it's 300 to the winner in the championship. I think it's 150
Okay.
or second place, I think. You know, but I'll just check it now, just to see. Message board.
Yeah,
No.
let's see the championship because we got to talk about.
Oh, plus $10 coming to me.
Forgot about that. Yes, of course. I'll put in the $10 there somewhere. Yes.
Yeah. 150. Yeah. So Taylor
Okay.
gets $50 for winning the regular season.
Yeah.
Right. And he's either going to end up with another 150 or another 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Not too
Hey.
shabby, Taylor.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you play the games on paper, Taylor's team should absolutely wipe the floor with me this week.
100%. We're all rooting for Taylor.
Yeah. Again, I don't get it. Curtis, I totally get it.
You don't get it. What do
Curtis,
you don't get it? We're all rooting for Taylor. How do you not get we're rooting for Taylor?
Why wouldn't you want me to win? Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't we not? You gotta be kidding me. Come on.
Why wouldn't you sit
there? We want to hear this all year round. No way. No. Taylor is a deserving champion. 100%. He should win.
Listen to what? Listen to me do what? I don't brag. I'm not Brian Paulo.
You don't brag. You don't brag.
Could you imagine how ridiculous?
Some tape here before. Some tape.
Yeah, get the tape up. Could you imagine if Brian won? We'd be listening to it all year long about how much of a winner he is. This is not what's going on right now. I have done nothing. I told Taylor when I was texting him a couple days ago, I'm like, I have voted for myself to lose each of like the last 4 weeks. I've tried to be very honest.
You're doing something fishy. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out exactly like what God are you praying to? Like this is something odd. This is something I don't know.
I have control of the stats machines. That's what I have.
Yeah, you're adjusting them.
Yeah. You got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. But no, I put in a ton of work.
A ton of work. You were correct on that one. A ton of work. You have
a ton of work. It sort of it feeds into
a lot of research.
Right? Yeah. So I listen to 2 podcasts every day.
2 every day.
Yeah, because
look at that. That's commitment, folks, right there.
Yeah, because I'm
the win. You see that, Chris?
Yeah,
2 a day, Chris.
Yeah. So I listen to 2 every day, and it just works out where
I listen. The Rocky thing. It's like the Rocky. 2 a day.
Yeah, 2 cracks. Yeah. But no, if I'm going into work into the office, because again I get an office job. But if I have an office, I listen to it on the drive in and the drive home. And if I'm working from home, I'll listen to one when I'm in the sauna and like another one when I'm at my desk. So, but that stuff, while it helps me, it also feeds into this podcast, right? So when we're talking, it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, which I don't, but it's just because I've listened to 2 podcasts every day. So I've essentially got 10 hours of listening to professionals. And then I have a app on my phone that gives me alerts, which is what I post to all you fuckers that don't appreciate it, about the injuries or someone, whatever it is, to try and make plans for future, whatever it is. I'm like, fuck you, tell me what to do. I'm not listening to you. But again, I get it. It sounds totally obnoxious. I don't
we do appreciate the updates, Chef. We do. We really do. We like it.
Until you don't get one, and then you accuse me of sandbagging.
Well, I know you hide a couple of them for yourself, and you won't post a couple of them back in the day when we weren't playing. Like, I get it because I got them. I'm like, how come you're not putting that one in there, Nikki? But there was a couple that you didn't put out there on purpose, or maybe not on purpose.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen.
Of course it is.
Well, it's possible.
Look at the game. You picked up all the tight ends. Of course. Come on, Nick. Look, you play the game. You play every single thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That was pretty funny. You know what else is pretty funny though is that so I do all of this, but like some of it was done with control. Like when I'm dropping players, like I dropped Lamar Jackson, right? Which, by the way, Rizzy fucking put him on a waiver claim on the waiver deadline. Don't think I didn't fucking see that.
Did he really?
Yeah. But like he claimed all of the other injured guys, right? So he claimed like Chris Godwin and all these guys that are out for the year.
Did he really?
Yeah. Like if you look, they all went through the night of the waiver deadline. But
I gotta see that.
But yeah. Like I saw it. The only one that he picked up that wasn't was Lamar Jackson, right? Okay. So he put in all of these waiver claims on the Tuesday night, and so they go through. Now I didn't try to make a claim to get Lamar back, so I know I didn't. And so unless Taylor had tried to claim him to just try and cock block me from Lamar,
right?
Then nobody's claimed him. So what difference does it make? He picks him up on Wednesday. It doesn't really matter.
Whatever.
But Lamar was injured, wasn't playing last week, And then even if he came back this week, he's playing the Los Angeles Rams. So I would have no interest in playing him this week anyway. He's not like, I don't know if you've seen a video. There's a video of him practicing yesterday, and he like
There's a
throws.
limp.
Oh, crazy limp. So he's
Yeah.
not even playing this week.
Yeah.
Like there's no way. So I dropped him. And so it's like, whoa, he's dropping Lamar to pick up a tight end or whatever the case is. But I knew I wasn't going to be using him last week or this week. So what difference does it make? But I end up having to drop half of these guys. I tried to play the gamesmanship, which is fine. But he ends up picking the highest scoring tight end that he possibly could have anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't even cock block him. So
didn't work really.
It didn't work out at all. But it looks pretty funny. And it looks like I'm trying to win, which is, of course, what I was trying to do.
I hear you. So are you comfortable with Wilson this week?
No, I'm not comfortable at all.
Okay.
I'm not listen, I'm not comfortable with any of this stuff right now. But here's the thing.
Ronald Jones championship final. You're putting
Ronald Jones is going to be awesome. You wait. You watch. He's going to be awesome. You wait.
Yeah, Nick Mitchell.
Yeah.
Hasn't played in a couple while.
Looking at who's in my starting roster right now?
Yeah, I'm just looking over your starting lineups of.
Yeah, so Eli Mitchell is in my starting roster right now solely because
I'm just asking questions. I don't even know why because I know Taylor's going to win, but I'm just filling in time.
Yeah, of course. But the Eli Mitchell is in my starting lineup right now solely because the projections for him are just higher on the Yahoo thing. So it gives me a sort of an understanding of whatever. But if he's cleared to play this week, he's playing for sure. I'm hoping that he doesn't get cleared because he's obviously not 100%. He's had a couple of limited practices the last couple of weeks. I'm hoping they just say, let's leave him out. And then I just go Jeff Wilson and that'd be fine. So it's going to be, if Eli is in, then I'm starting him.
Gotcha.
But if not, then it's going to be Jeff Wilson is in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Dalvin Cook, obviously coming off of the vid. You want to try and psych me out and make me think to start Madison, which just goes to show why you're in some conflict.
I'm just saying, is he going to be, fit? That's all. He hasn't practiced, so I'm just.
I listen. I hear you. But my big questions, because there really isn't anything else, is it's going to be, what am I going to do with that Boston Scott position, right?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Boston Scott? Is it going to be, or is it going to be KJ Osborne? That's pretty much what I'm looking at right at this moment in time.
You're not going to go Ayuk? You're not going to go San Fran all the way? You're not going to double up, triple up?
Yeah, pretty good. I should go for the Johnson special in the finals.
Johnson special. Hey, why not? It did you well against me, so why wouldn't you do it, right?
Yeah, I didn't score that many points that week, though, Brian. It was just that your team fell apart. But
they're playing Houston, so that's going to be.
Could you imagine if I started Trey Lance, the two wide receivers, the tight end, and a running back, all from the same team?
Yeah, I know.
That would be ridiculous.
What are you going to do with Trey Lance? Why'd you pick him up?
Well, picked him up because, quite frankly,
Keeper?
Yeah, keeper. But I picked him up, quite frankly, because to me, if I don't go Russell Wilson, he's the next best option.
He's the next best option for you, Trey Lance? Really?
Yeah. Look at who's available. Should we look at who's available on the waiver deadline?
No, not really. I don't really care now.
No, you don't care. So why are we even doing this podcast? You don't even want to have a conversation.
No, I'm just wondering why you have to. The only why I'm doing it is just to kind of give Taylor like this. Come on, Taylor, let's go, Taylor.
Yeah, we'll go over Taylor's team. Listen, Taylor's team is so good. It's like, are you sure you want to go this guy or this guy?
He only has one question for Taylor. I only got one question for Taylor. Antonio Brown.
Or is that? Do you want to go over to his team right now?
The only thing I have for him is Rodgers, big time points, 100%. Jefferson, big time points. Brown. I don't know about that one, but again, who me? Don't listen to me.
Well, so
Kamara for sure, yes. Mixon, yes. Why not?
The question is this, right? And so Antonio Brown was just had a did not practice today. Yep. So it's a question of whether it's just rest because he's old man Antonio Brown, or if there's sort of a re-injury because he's old man Antonio Brown, right? So you don't know, but he's playing the Jets, and there's nobody else to throw the ball to. And last week he did amazing. So the question is, and this is the question, is are they blowing the Jets out so badly that they throw a bunch? Now, are they blowing them out because they threw a bunch and Antonio's got a lot of points? because there's not really a competition or not, or or do they just run it and then they don't throw it a lot? Like nobody knows. Like so that's a question mark with Antonio Brown, right?
I hear you.
But then you've got Jamar Chase,
Hmm?
who really hasn't been great.
But it's KC, so it's going to go.
Well, no, KC's defense has been amazing.
Okay.
Right? So he's not. And then if you look, T. Higgins has really been lighting it up over the last 4 or 5 weeks. So Jamar Chase is not the first 6 weeks or 7 weeks. Jamar Chase, I don't know. He is what he is. Like if you get the ball to him, he's a big play guy. He's obviously very talented. He can put up a big game for sure. Kansas City is going to probably score a lot of points, so they're going to have to pass all this other stuff. But Mixon and Higgins have really been getting a lot of the looks and the attention and the fantasy points over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a question, but hey, guess what? I wish I had that question. Right? That's really it. I wish I had that question.
And then he has Cooks. Cooks is coming back, and he's like, I like Cooks. Cooks is fantastic.
I mean,
he has great options. Taylor, you got great options, fantastic options.
But this is the joke, right? So this is the thing: is I am the Miracle on Ice personified, right? Yep. Taylor is the Russian team that's doing like back passes in 1982, yep. Like the
Miracle on Ice.
North Americans are like, what's going on? My head is spinning. He has an abundance of options, and it's just like, if I had Brandon Cooks, I'm starting him on my team.
Yeah.
For him, he's like the second or third best option because it's like, okay, so you've got Kamara Mixon, no arguments there. You've got Elliott Chubb for your flexes. Okay, you're not replacing those. Very good. Carry on. You have Justin Jefferson. Yes, please. You have Aaron Rodgers against the number 7th worst passing defense. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And that's at home, by the way.
Oh.
Okay, enjoy yourself there. And then his only questions are Tyler Higbee. But again, they're playing Baltimore, which just let Joe Burrow throw 500 goddamn yards on them.
He's going to get basic like 9 points. Like
probably.
That's what Higbee's good for. 7 points. I'm good for 7.
So you're right. So the only question is an Antonio Brown. But like it's like sort of saying, you remember The Hobbit? You remember the Hobbit?
Yeah.
You remember Smaug the dragon?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So Smaug the dragon was like impenetrable in every way, except there was one fucking scale on his chest.
Okay.
Right. And so like a swallow like tweeted to like Bard the huntsman or something like this, like, he's missing a scale on his chest. And so Bard just goes, oh, I got this, and he pulls back, he shoots the arrow 500 yards away, and it happens to go right into where that no scale is. That's the only chance I have of winning. Okay. Taylor's team is Smaug the dragon. His one chink of armor, if you even call it a chink, okay, is Tyler Higbee and or Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is his chink. I know that is correct.
Weak options.
And that's a strong chink too. Those are strong chinks.
Yeah. This is not really a chink. Like Antonio Brown last week got 15 points.
15, yeah.
And by the way, he hadn't played for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fucking weeks.
Wow.
Okay, 8 weeks, and that's not including a bye. So he was off for 2.5 months, and then he just puts up 15 points. So, and the defense has only gotten worse that he's playing against this week, and the guys still aren't coming back. So, yeah, the only way that I can win now, I will say this, okay, and I do not believe for like the 5th week in a row that I'm not going to win.
I know. Yeah. Come on, like this is getting crazy and ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it's stupid, but I'm enjoying the ride. Okay,
yes, you're the only one who's enjoying this ride. I'll tell you this right now.
Again, no. Chris texted me a little bit of support, so I appreciate that.
What? Chris, you went to the dark side? Come on, man.
A dark side.
Yeah, you are the dark side, man. Come on.
Listen.
Taylor light, you dark, 100%.
This is incredible.
This is not incredible. This is not incredible.
Why?
This is not news. Come on. This is normal. Come on.
Why am I not likable? I try my best. I try to be funny. I say funny things.
Look what you did to the tight ends. It's just an example of what you did last week. That's why you were dark. See what I mean? You're laughing about it. You're like, ha, 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 ha. Of course, Brian. That was funny of me. No, that's why.
Do you know what?
Taylor light,
Jared,
you dark. This is
listen,
the good and bad evil thing.
Jared tried to put Hunter Henry into his lineup, but it was too late. And
Okay.
Hunter Henry got 1.5 points. So I actually would have beaten him by more if I had just let him have the tight end of his choice.
Okay.
Just saying. So in some way, I helped him.
I don't buy it.
I left him with the best option.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Tricky. Anyway, so this is the only thing that could possibly be on my side.
Injuries. Like it's the same thing. Like the only way
Injuries
is
for
like
sure.
injuries. That's why Jared lost. That's the only reason why Jared lost is because of James Robinson. Like
Yeah,
it hurt.
injuries for sure. And I mean, listen, there's a couple of ways that Taylor could be limited or I mean, I'm not going to say screwed. Again, he's got
Well, Kamara versus Carolina, that's tricky again because
so
Carolina's
his matchup. But this is
and
what I'm saying.
Kamara has been doing good in the last couple of weeks.
His matchups for some of his key guys aren't necessarily great, right? Like Arizona's got a pretty good defense, pretty good. I mean, again, Dallas is great. These are not real things, by the way, but they're playing Arizona, pretty good defense.
Yeah, but they're question mark right now.
Kamara, right? Again, very much like I predicted last week, he did not have a great game.
Yeah,
right now
who's starting quarterback this week?
It's probably going to be Taysom Hill. So he gets a little bit of a boost there. But again, Taysom Hill is a running quarterback. So, but he'll have a competent quarterback to some degree that's behind.
Yeah.
But again, he's playing Carolina, good defense against the run.
Yep.
Antonio Brown, the Jets stink, but they're here as the 26th or the 26th best against wide receivers. But that's just because typically teams don't throw against them, but they stink. So it's really not a red, but it's a red. And then Mixon is playing Kansas City, and it says here that he's sort of got a middle of the road matchup.
Yeah,
but that's just because their defense was so bad the first 6 weeks. It really doesn't tell the story that they've actually been really good the last 6 or 7 weeks. So there's a possibility that like Mixon gets run out of the building because Kansas City puts up a lot of points and they just don't run the ball a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If it rains, get bad weather, it's going to be a running game.
Like these are the possibilities. These are the only things. And then if you look at my team, I've got essentially greens or middle of the road. Like right now, I've got Russell Wilson, if we go with him, versus Detroit. Well, Detroit isn't very good. Debo against Houston. Again, Houston is not very good, and it's Debo. I got Diggs against Atlanta, not good. The Jets are the worst, and the NFL worst against running backs. I've got the starting running back for, you know what I mean? And then I've got either Mitchell or Jeff Wilson against Houston, who again are the third worst.
Yeah, I get
Kittle, they're all greens, right? So besides Dalvin Cook against Green Bay, but I'm playing Dalvin Cook. It is what it is. But that's really the only chance I have, with the exception of maybe defense, right? But I mean, like Taylor's gonna win
100%.
Like, but again, Jared should have won last week.
I get it, and I think your luck has run out. Like I said that last week again. Come on, man.
I've still got one more wish in my lamp. One more.
No way. This is craziness. Like it can't happen no more. I'm sorry. Like, no more. I'm putting all my energy into Taylor winning.
I don't even know what this means. I don't know what I've done to deserve this. I haven't been a bragger or a gloater. I've tried to be. I've tried to be down the middle with offering people advice and options and helping. I've had numerous hours of conversation privately with individuals about their teams,
bothering people,
giving my opinion,
pestering. Yeah.
I have no power over this stuff. This is not real. And I'm the little quirky underdog that's lost multiple top end players, and Taylor's rolling with the homies over there. I'm just saying. You're just saying. A little bit. Like, how about a little bit? Like, here's the thing.
Nothing from me, Nick. No, you get nothing. Hashtag just not Nick. No.
I get it. Listen. You know what this movie is? You're talking like this movie is Rocky 2. Okay? This is not Rocky 2. This is Rocky 1.
Wow.
Okay? I'm the underdog. I'm getting my shot against Apollo Creed. But I'm not going to win. I'm just happy to get the opportunity. You're talking like I'm the guy that's like, what are we waiting for? And then I go and I take him down because I'm such a powerful puncher and he's like, I make his ribs bleed. That's not Rocky. That's Rocky 2. I'm not getting the championship this week. I should be getting cheered on. The little engine that could get it up
No,
the
you
hill.
got nothing
Come
still. You're
on.
still not getting that. You shouldn't even be here right now.
That's
You
not
shouldn't
very
even be
nice.
in the final. No, because it
not
should have
very
been Jared. It should have been me. No, you should have been not you.
Did you?
You should have not. You shouldn't even beat me. That's
About
the problem.
beating
Like, you
you.
shouldn't even beat me.
You
Now we're
put
even having this conversation.
140 or 120 points up against me. It shouldn't have been your. You know what the problem is with your team? Truthfully, this is the problem. Okay, your
You
problem
show
is
up. Come on. I had higher expectations every single time. Like
yes, but the
100
reason
days,
why
100 days, 190. Come on.
yes, well, first of all, the reason why you didn't win is because you had Saquon. I've been telling you all year to get rid of Saquon. But regardless,
I was just something. I was trying
regardless,
to jam
the
up
problem
you.
with your team was that you had a lot of really, really great guys that on paper was really good, but they were boom or bust guys week to week. So you had no consistency with your team. Stafford can put up 50 points, but he also can disappear. Saquon, same deal. Mike Evans, same deal. You had a number of these guys. That was the problem. Is your team, if you had two or a couple of them, but you had all boomer bust guys on your team.
I hear you.
And so when they don't show up, you get your team just doesn't show up at all, right?
Yeah.
You know, I have a very consistent team. I don't have a great team.
No, you don't. I'm not really happy with your team and how you managed to get up there. You have a crap team. You're like almost like Jared's team. I'm still scratching my head on Jared's team.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I told you.
But now he's
I realized he's got the best quarterback because his quarterback has a very high floor, right? So right off the bat, you go with that, right? Then he's got the best receiver in the game, which again, he's slump proof. Devontae Adams cannot slump because he's getting 15 targets a game.
Yeah.
Right. He's got the best tight end in the game.
Yeah.
Right. So you're automatically you're
winning. Has become a top 15, top 10 guy almost now, eh?
Yeah. So you're winning. So you're winning those key position battles though, and then you get to. I mean, again, I hate his running backs, but you get to the other wide receiver. He went with Waddle. And Waddle just turned into a reception machine. So as a result of it, he's got a very high floor as well. Like, listen, do you know that heading into Sunday night, he had two players and he had to get 45 points to beat me, okay? And so they shut Amari Cooper down at the half. He's got like 19 points or something. I was like, okay, well, Waddle would have to get 27 points or something like that. And it's like, and he's got hit 24 a couple of times. And it was life and death.
It was close. I know. And then they ran it.
But I watched. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
They only were throwing to him. They threw to no
that's
one
all
else.
he has, and that's going to be the game plan for Waddle next year. Waddle is going to be a big time player, man.
So for sure. So Jared picked up a couple of rookies. I generally hate rookies, but his rookies. I mean, Waddle he's a reception. He's setting the NFL record for most receptions by a rookie. Yeah. So he picked up good young players that actually were performing, not just performing. Like Jamar Chase is a great player, but he sort of had low weeks, right? High, low weeks. Waddle's had no low weeks because
in the beginning he was a little slow to kind of catch up to the game, but now he's catching up really good.
He's getting 12 targets a game.
Now he's getting 12 targets. Before he was kind of sharing the targets with everyone, and that was just because of that dumb fuck who only played like 4 fucking snaps, and that's why but whatever.
Yeah, it's absolutely bananas. So I mean, listen, Jared's team was better than mine, 100%. Again, I like this is important though. My team still did put up 172 points, and I'm missing a bunch of key players. So it's not like my team is shit. Like, let's be fair. It's not dog shit. It's just...
I never said it was shit. I'm just saying your team shouldn't have deserved to be there. I'm just saying. I would have preferred Jared. That Jared's team's better than yours.
But then, again...
My team's better than yours, man. Like,
your team
come on, man. I'm just
tired. It's not better. Stop it. Stop it. You can't. This is crazy. You're like Carl Lewis shouting at everyone that beats him in the race and they go, I'm faster than you. I'm faster. You don't understand. I'm faster. It's like you're not faster. You don't win. If you don't win, Carl you can't do it. Nice, you can't do it. Anyway.
You're Ben Johnson, I'm assuming.
I cheetah all the time, right?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out if I'm Carl Lewis, then who are you?
Carl Lewis is, I don't know, whoever else he was running with.
Well, I was just that time.
But what I mean, you're Michael Johnson coming up lame when Donovan Bailey fucking beat his ass in the 150. But what I mean is that if you played it on paper, 100%, Jared should have won, right? Mm. And it's unfortunate because you don't know when injuries are going to come up. And he had an injury come up, unfortunately, that really screwed him, and he still almost won.
Yeah.
So 100% his team on paper is better. I have not said that it isn't. But that's sort of what regular fantasy football is, right? Like, you play the thing and you're like Saquon, or remember that game? I think I was playing you, and Mike Evans was playing against Washington, and he ended up with like 2 receptions.
Yeah,
and
got hurt.
didn't do very well, or whatever the case,
Yeah.
something like that. It's like that's just pure luck. Like you put the right guys in, they either show up or they don't, but none of it has anything to do with you. You know what I mean? It's like Taylor is going to have to make an assumption of like, okay, do I play Antonio? Do I put Jamar Chase in, Brandon Cooks, or whatever it is? Let me tell you, if he puts the right guy in, he's 100% wiping the floor with me. If he puts the wrong guy in, he's going to say, and he's probably still going to wipe the floor with me. But he's probably going to make the wrong choice because you don't know, right? Like, what's the right call? I mean,
you know what? He's been making some good calls. I don't think he's made a bad call.
Well, Taylor understands football, and he understands.
I don't think he's made a bad. Like, there's not one thing that really stands out in the last week of his matchups. Like, he's done solid stuff. So
I don't remember. Like, listen, my son just quizzed me like 2 hours ago about how bad my memory is by trying to ask me what I gave them for breakfast yesterday. I don't remember. But if like Taylor's first championship that he won, my recollection, which is dog shit because he could just challenge me on this, is that he largely won it because Christian McCaffrey was so out of this world that just no one. It was like Derrick Henry when he was running off in the first. You couldn't beat him because he was like better than the second best running back plus the top quarterback. Like, there was so many points, it was ridiculous, right? So I think his team just had like, I'm sure it was a very good team, but I think it was McCaffrey and then a bunch of everybody else. Taylor's team this year is rock solid start to finish.
Stacked.
And he gave up a first-round draft pick next year to get Nick Chubb. And so that's just completely solidified. Like, listen, he just lost Chris Godwin 2 weeks ago. Imagine what his team would look like with Chris Godwin in there right now, right?
Yeah,
so
he's talking about Antonio Brown.
Essentially, he replaced him with Antonio Brown, who's Chris Godwin anyway. So it does, but like his team is so loaded. The only chance I have to win is if his team, like, if you go by projections right now, I'm projected to lose by 7.
Yeah,
but that can't be real because his team is so good. Do you know? But like, I need my team to overperform better than it ever has before, and I just don't know how that's possible. So Russell Wilson what's funny right now is I'm riding with Russell Wilson and Boston Scott, and those were the players I traded.
Traded for, that's funny way.
And like Boston Scott didn't do anything, and then Russell. So this is where I'm at this point in the year, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm counting on these guys to do something that they haven't done in a while, and I'm probably not going to be successful. But I'm very, if you can be proud of a fantasy team, I'm very proud of what I have done, because really there's so many reasons why I shouldn't even be competing. But my team has been competitive. My team has just been competitive. That's really all it's been. So I'd like to thank the Academy for wishing my team in success.
Yeah, get it all up, because I'll tell you this right now. You're not going to win. That's it. Just say your little speech now, I guess you would say.
Well, here's what I'll say. If I win, this will be the greatest win in the history of all fantasy.
Oh, we're not going to hear it. I know. We're going to hear about it.
Yeah. No, you're not going to hear about it.
Oh, we're going to hear about it, yeah.
I took all my winnings and I turned them into all T-shirts for you ungrateful fucks. Wow. And none of you care. Yeah, you listen to me. So I'm just saying, I will be very happy. I'm shocked I'm here. It's great.
We are all shocked.
Yes, Jared should absolutely be here. You should not be here. Your team is no good. But how'd you do last week, by the way, with your great team?
I lost. I think it was.
Yeah, you got like 100.
I don't think we care. Like,
Saquon really showed up yet again.
Hey man, learned my lesson with Saquon.
You got the best running back in all of fantasy football. You can't do anything with him.
I'm pretty sure you did better than McCaffrey. I got to check out the stats on that one for.
Well, okay, I actually did. Can I tell you? I did check it out last week.
Oh, you did? And
yeah. Okay, so Saquon got 3.5 points last week.
Okay.
Right. And so as of last week, he officially eclipsed Christian McCaffrey.
Hey!
McCaffrey had 111
Told you
points.
so. Here we go.
111 points in like 6 games.
Yeah.
And Saquon has played in like 12 games and he has like 113 or something.
Awesome.
So he has officially. So yes, Chris, Saquon is officially better than McCaffrey.
Yes.
So yeah, he just passed him with 3.5 points in a game.
Nice.
I don't even know how that's possible.
Hey, and the last one more game, pretty neat. See, so
Yeah, he's gonna get you another 3.5 points.
well, I don't think he's. I can't play this week, so we're done. So,
Or is there no consolation rounds anymore for you guys?
I already did the constellation round. Me and Doug did it already.
You did?
Yeah. So now it's just the other guys who are doing 10, 9, and 7 and 8.
3rd place game, 7th place. Oh,
And
you're
just the
right.
bronze game, and then that's it, right? So
Oh, so Doug officially got 4th, so you're in 5th?
yeah,
Oh, so officially ahead of you again then.
4 or 5, yeah, or something
Right,
like that. Yeah. Ooh, what are you gonna do?
Well, listen, I'm gonna go with Jared for the 3rd place finish against Curtis.
I'm going with Jared again, for sure.
I
Yeah.
haven't looked at their matchups at all, but
I'm going for Jared. I saw the little projections, and Jared's team's stacked. Like he's projected 188, like almost 190.
yeah, his team's great.
Without even a player missing. Like,
Well, first of all, Josh
defensive
Allen.
player.
Listen,
Huh?
without even going into it, because again, I'm sure nobody cares. And Jared, by the way, for like one last time, I hate your team. But Josh Allen,
one more time. Yeah.
But Josh Allen is playing Atlanta, right? So the only question is, how much are they beating, and do they just take it easy?
They're going to rest them. They're going to take them out of the third
Possibly.
third quarter.
Yeah,
100%
possibly.
It's going to happen. So
Yeah, get a Trubisky in there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
possible. I just hope he throws. I hope he throws 2
well, it all
long
depends.
bombs.
It all depends
I
because they
need
need to win.
Stephen Diggs to show up. This is what I need. So I need the guys with the killer matchups to really have the killer matchups, right?
Yeah.
So if Josh Allen spreads it around like he's been doing, then yeah, I'm probably screwed. I need Stephen Diggs to get me 20 plus points.
It's not
Yeah,
going to
I
happen.
really do.
Sorry, I'm gonna say it's the Knox show this week.
You think it's the who?
The Knox
Knox
show. Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah,
It's possible. I mean,
I have a feeling. I have a weird feeling because they're just going to double. They're going to go crazy on Diggs. So
listen, I have surpassed the minute that I won the side bet with you. Okay, I was honestly perfectly happy with my season.
yeah, I know.
Because
I get it.
and I don't know if I said this on the podcast or not, but like I had offered Dalvin Cook to Mike Rizzi at the trade deadline because I was ready to just pack it in. I was like, this season hasn't gone well for me. I'd lost DeAndre Hopkins. I'd lost Calvin Ridley. I was like, the writing is on the wall. And really, if you look at the last 2 weeks with the COVID shit, I just got all of that too. So the writing has been on the wall to some degree that I shouldn't be here. We understand that. But so I was like, yeah, if you give me a first, I'll give you Dalvin Cook and you can start and I'll just restart again next year. Yeah. And he turned that down, which is fine. But that's where my mind was at the trade deadline 3 weeks ago or whatever the case is, right? So I shouldn't be here. It is what it is. Jared took pity on me and traded me Madison for like a flop of a draft pick and CEH, right? Because I was just trying to squeak into the playoffs back then. Yeah. But the minute I won that side bet is the minute I was like, okay. And then so I was perfectly happy. Then I saw I had to play you in the first round of the playoffs. I'm like, wow, here we go. Because even if I win the side bet, if you beat me for the first round of the play. So once I beat you in the playoffs and I secured all of that stuff, everything else has just been gravy. Like
I get it, Nick. I get it. It would have been the same for me too. I know.
Yeah, your life has been ruined since I came across.
I wouldn't say it's ruined. I'm just going to just reassess a little bit and just kind of retinker a couple things for next year. But that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go a little hard on Barkley per se and just watch my emotions on some players maybe. So
yeah, well, I mean, but I did say to you that I've tried to do your route before, right? Which is like I'm getting great discount prices on these players. I just have to ride out their injuries, especially the ones that start out the year where you know that they're gone, and it never works out well. So you're probably never know, but you'll probably make different decisions next year because I've done the exact same thing as you.
Oh yeah, it's going to reassess a little, tinker a little bit, but we'll see how the draft is. I like my draft, but just kind of tinker a little bit, because I had some great players like Jonathan Taylor, fantastic.
Yeah,
happy with my boy, my horse.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, to get into the playoffs, especially this year, it's just been a grind. It's just been a real grind. a lot of strange things. The COVID stuff really hasn't come in and bitten anybody until the last 2 or 3 weeks anyway, largely. But I found that perhaps it's just because of all the protocols or whatever the case is, that there's just been a lot of injuries, a lot of uneven, like this team should win, but like the Bills lose to the Jaguar, things of this. There's just some really weird, strange happenstances that are coming up. And so it's been a really tricky season and like really wearing out, but you know, it's been a lot of fun. I imagine we'll do one more of these things after.
Yeah, we'll do one more. We'll do a nice, good congratulations for Taylor.
We should have Taylor on as the winner for the next one, so we can.
100%. That would be fantastic. That would be really neat. Taylor, if you're up for it, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and if I win, then I'll just be on by myself, and I'll just.
If you win, we won't do another show. I'm just letting you know. If Nick wins, we're done. Adios.
Let's go back for another season.
See you back next year. I'll just put in a little spot that says that's all, folks.
Yeah. No, listen, for sure. When Taylor wins that, we should have him on next week to like just talk about his team and where he's at and everything else. Because Taylor's going to be up against it regardless next year with no first rounder. Right? I
don't think it's going to affect Taylor. Taylor's going to be fine next year.
I don't know who's going to draft his team next year. It ain't going to be me.
Oh, you're not going to do it next year?
No, I've already told. It was too much.
Yeah, I know. It is too much. I hear you.
Because even making the decisions that were just his decisions, like, it was just. But
I think we need more time.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's been a slice. That's it. That's all I got. It's been a slice. Congratulations, Taylor, Nick. That's all I want. Just
Hey, everyone out there, give me some positive vibes. I'm going
against. Hashtag just not Nick. Remember, guys.
Come on.
Just not Nick.
Come on. I'm starting Russell Wilson.
No.
I'm so screwed.
One second. Hashtag just. Yeah, look how slow I am here. Add banner.
Just not the Nick.
Just not the Nick.
Well, I can tell you that very much like my own immediate family, I really feel the love and support coming from my brethren. And I really want to say that I appreciate it very much.
This has been fun. Yeah. This is what I like. This is all I like about you. This little thing. That's it.
Just giving me shit all the time.
Yeah. This little banter of just saying you're crap. I like that. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. It's really funny. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
You're gonna lose. You suck. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys. Good luck this week.
Good luck. Good luck, Taylor. You need, good luck.
You need it. Yeah, you definitely need it.
Not you need it. You need it.
Oh, yeah, I need it.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Well, that concludes this episode of the Banter Brothers with your host, Brian Paulo, and his co-host, Nick Johnson. Make sure you tune in each and every week where they'll be ripping up the airwaves, delivering you the fantasy football highlights. Again,